Hi there, Junior Roses. Welcome back to the YouTube. A little while ago, I asked you guys what is the funniest excuse you or your friend gave for not doing their homework. Some very funny answers in here. Some of these are answers that actually might get you out of trouble for not doing the homework, and then others, you just straight up just shouldn't say these things to your teacher. So let's get straight into it. First excuse is Dad accidentally picked it up thinking it was divorce papers. He got away with it too. Dad accidentally picked it up thinking it was his divorce papers. Oh my God. I think with these excuses, the moment you let the teacher into something personal in your life, the teacher can't really tell you off, but I don't know. That's quite funny. Told us he had to take his dogs to the beach. We live 2 to 3 hours away from the beach. Maybe that is a good excuse, because if you live 2 to 3 hours away, you have to drive further, so you're not gonna have any time to do your homework. You're not gonna do the homework on the beach. I told my teacher that the work was easy and raced me doing it. I won and got accused of cheating. Wait, so you raced the teacher doing the homework and you beat the teacher? I smell bullshit. Said my nan oh God, I read that way too happily. Said my nan died and was too distraught from the death, despite it happening like 6 years prior at the time. Oh God. I wonder how many teachers have heard the excuse, my nan died, to kids not doing their homework. I just wonder. I bet if you ask teachers what excuses they've heard through their years of teaching, they'd come up with some funny ones. My friend's house got set on fire and their homework was in the house. I think if I was a teacher, I'd want to know, I want to see proof of this. I'd want to see the house burned down. And the burnt charcoal homework, I'd want to see proof and evidence of it. My friend once said to the head of science, I didn't do it because I can't be arsed, bruv. She got suspended. Yeah, that's definitely not a good excuse. If you don't want to get in trouble, don't go with that excuse. Couldn't be arsed. I simply could not be arsed, sir. This next excuse is the guy I was supposed to copy from died. Oh, that's funny. That's a good joke. Couldn't be asked to do it. Don't like you, sir. Yeah, again, not a good one. I have to go to Tesco. So I didn't do my homework because I got to go to Tesco. You know, I got to get my meal deal in. I mean, maybe if your mum, if you can prove to the teacher like your mum sent you like a text saying you have to do the family shop before you come home from school, that could be one. You're never gonna get your mum to do that, are you? Unless, now I'm coming up with excuses. Now I'm coming up with some things now. Unless you got your friend to text you and you write your friend's name as mum on your phone. My parents divorced. Yeah, like some of the best excuses are ones where you like either say your nan's died, your parents are divorcing. Oh God, it's funny. Okay, this next excuse, exact words. Dog ate Wi-Fi box in it. I think some of these excuses are to do with like Wi-Fi. So I'm assuming now a lot of you guys have homework on the computer. I did have some of my homework on the computer, but a lot of it was like they're just handy pieces of paper and you have to fill it in and come home. Dog eating the Wi-Fi box in it isn't going to be a good excuse if it's on paper. I really hope their homework was on paper and not online, because that just makes his excuse so much funnier. His excuse was that he was dyslexic and therefore that the homework was discriminatory. So this is well unfair. I'm too thick for this. This is against human rights. I said to my teacher I didn't feel like doing the homework and that I couldn't be bothered to. Did the teacher go, yeah, you know what, actually, fair enough. I'll let you off on that one. And then they just moved on with the lesson. Would you even reply to that? Guys, make sure you carry on watching to the end, because I've saved the best ones till last. They are very funny. Friend said she chopped off her finger. She actually did roller skating. I mean, that is an excuse. If you've lost a finger, was her homework due the next day? And she thought, I don't want to do the homework, but I really need an excuse. And then she just got a friend to chop off her finger. My friend said he had really bad diarrhea to get out of a spelling test. Yeah, diarrhea is always the best one to say you've got if you're ill or trying to get out doing homework, because there's not really a lot they can say. You're yourself. I need to be at home. One of the boys in my English class said, I played cards with my friends and my book was the prize that I lost. Right, so he bet his homework booklet and he lost it. Some of these are really imaginative. I love it. This is why I love asking you guys this, because I never know what kind of things you're going to come up with or what kind of things have been said. It's so funny. The whole neighborhood had a power out, even though we all still had our power. Yeah, you could just say we had a power cut. But then the teacher would be like, no, I don't care if it was dark. You can light a candle. He expect you to do your homework in like a candle lit environment. It's like, no, sir, I'm not going to do that. I threw it in a tree to get my dog down. Then I threw my dog to get the homework down. It didn't work. Oh God, these are silly. These are silly, aren't they? You guys with your funny answers. I once said to my teacher that my homework got stuck in my cousin's ear. She believed it. I mean, was she an idiot? Stuck in your cousin's ear. How big was your cousin's ear? Or how small was the homework? You can't get homework stuck in. You can't get anything stuck in an ear. You probably get something stuck in an ear, but you can't get homework stuck in an ear. My mate said his hamster ate his homework and he got away with it somehow. What? His hamster ate his homework. I mean, to be fair, hamsters can store a lot in their cheeks, so I wouldn't put it past them. I said I had a funeral. Yeah, there's another one. Is anything you say to the teachers that the teacher would just kind of feel awkward to then challenge you about it? So if you say you got a funeral, the teacher's not going to go, well, I don't care if your granddad died. You should have done the maths work. It's just not going to happen. I gaslit them into thinking I wasn't there when it was set. Okay, that's good. That's a different approach. That's a different approach to it. Never thought of that. Telling them you weren't there when the homework was set that's pretty genius, actually. My mate said his house got vandalized by year 7s. Year 7s these days, they would burn your house down if they could. They're crazy. We did our homework, but we forgot to bring it. We didn't do it. That is actually one I used to use sometimes. I say, oh, sorry, sir, I did it, but I left it at home. And they'd be like, oh, you make sure you bring it in tomorrow. We're getting into the juicy ones. My friend said that he didn't have the mental capacity to do it and said that your lessons are already boring as it is. Straight to the teacher's face. Oh my God. What is your response to that? You gotta get detention for that. Our entire class gaslit our maths teacher into thinking there was never any homework in the first place. Imagine the teacher just going, I swear I set this homework. And the whole class is going, no, sir, honestly, you didn't. Just going, what? That is great. Her dog actually ate her geography homework. We all thought she was having a laugh till she pulled out a sloppy, slashed up yellow book. That's funny, because that is like the most common excuse, isn't it? My dog ate my homework. I don't think I've ever heard anyone actually say that, but it's the most like stereotypical excuse. But she's actually had her dog eating her homework. Oh, bloody hell. Right, this next one's a bit of a longer one. I apologise, sir, but my homework fell in between the car seats and disappeared into the void. I attempted to retrieve it, but the void had also taken my arm. This was from my friend who missed his homework because he was getting his arm amputated. Nobody else but me and another friend of his actually knew of his amputation beforehand. Oh my God. His friend was actually getting his arm cut off, so he decided to make a joke out of it and said he lost his arm into the void between his car seat. That kid is a legend. I hope he's all right. Why did he have to get his arm amputated? That's insane. Oh my God. That's the best one so far. Saying he had to get his arm amputated so he couldn't do his homework. My nan mistook my homework for toilet paper and flushed it down the toilet. But that's not gonna fly. The teacher's not gonna believe that. Classic nans. Oh God, I got period blood on it. Oh God. Oh, that is grim. I mean, what is a teacher supposed to say to that? This is one I'm not sure whether the teacher would go, okay. Yeah, fair enough, sorry. Or they would just go, that's not a good enough excuse, Michael. Oh, God. One excuse, which still makes me laugh, is when I told my year 9 geography teacher that the reason why I didn't do my homework is that a flock of birds destroyed the cables that connected to my router, which caused me not to do my homework. But she still made me do it regardless of the excuse. I'm not surprised. That is a excuse. That is one of the worst excuses I've ever heard. You can do better than that. Sometimes less is more. And if basically you're trying to say your Wi-Fi was down, I'm assuming. So just say your Wi-Fi was down. Don't need to say a flock of birds flew into my router. Once I had to go to hospital on the day my maths homework was due. I thought I was going to get away with it, but the teacher told me off, saying I could have done it in the hospital. God, they're horrible, aren't they, sometimes, teachers? They don't think about us. I hope you weren't in the hospital for anything too bad, but yeah. I'm assuming you weren't. If you were, like, dying and the teacher told you to just still do the homework, that would have been a lot worse. Okay, we have made it to the last one. Oh, this is very funny. I had to eat my tea last night, sir. That's basically, I couldn't do my homework because I was eating dinner. Oh, yeah, you were eating dinner for 8 hours, were you? Oh, that is good. That is funny. These excuses are very good. Have I ever told you that you guys are funny? You guys are comedy geniuses. That's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Short little video today, but I thought it'd be funny to find out some of these homework excuses because I've not made a video on this before, and I'm glad I did. Before we go, guys, don't forget to subscribe. We're always growing, and it's just bloody fantastic. So don't forget to subscribe. A lot of you that watch these videos aren't subscribed, so it'd be great if you could subscribe. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you want to see me do in the next video. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next video.
Oi! Subscribe!
Oh God, please subscribe! Subscribe!
Subscribe! Subscribe!